are here at the Pennsylvania Convention Center in Philadelphia for PAX Unplugged, one of the big board gaming conventions in the US. It's a huge event, lots and lots of vendors, exhibitors, tournaments, free play panels, all sorts of good stuff. We're going to show you a little bit of what's going on here this weekend. I know, 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So let's check out PAX Unplugged.
Come on, let's go.
It's the first mystery of the con, pony fights. What exactly is pony fights? What kind of game is this? Right away you can see the merchandise line has built up here. A lot of people waiting for the merchandise. And going from the merchandise here and whipping around to the queue line. These folks are all waiting to be the first to descend on the floor. And you can see lots and lots of chairs and tables, almost as far as the eye can see here, for free play and first look games. Let's see what we can find on the gaming floor. Hey, we found Clank Catacombs. We just picked this up. It just came out in the last month or two. All the fun you liked of Clank, but with tiles you're laying down, so you're building the map each time, and you can rotate the tiles, so the map is going to be different every time you lay it down. So, whole new way to play Clank. Made it to the capstone booth here. We're going to pick up an Arc Nova map pack. If you haven't heard, Arc Nova is really amazing. A fairly heavy game, building your own zoo, but it's a great game. Really love this one so far. They come out with the first map pack. We're going to pick that up now.
Thank you.
Yeah, Super Skill Pinball, that's been one of our favorites early on. They've got the new Star Trek and the new Elf. We're definitely going to be picking those two tables up. Played a lot of Burgle and Burgle 2, Burgle Online. This is Now Boarding, which is a pick up and deliver game, turned up to 11, he said. It's cooperative, and you're trying to help get passengers to their destination, but there's going to be obviously a lot of trouble along the way and need help. Now Boarding. Foundations of Rome, they've got it here. Very few copies are remaining of it with all the expansions. All these miniatures. It's a very cool game. As you pull the miniatures out, it shows you how many points or how many coins you're awarded, so it's very easy to keep track of. It's very easy to set up and break down.
It's still a print, it's just periodic because it's a big production.
We've already made a couple of purchases and interested in more, but gotta show some restraint. No shortage game. We haven't even played a game yet. We've just been walking around the exhibitor hall.
Except it's the adult version where we beat the crap out of each other. So we're running around the board. The goal of the game is to make... No, it's not. I mean, if you did, you'd win, but it's no fun that way. We're going to beat each other up. We have candy cage matches, which are right here. When you land on a candy cage match, you everybody at the table chants 2 cookies enter, 1 cookie leaves. So you're doing a battle, and you're just flipping cards over, and I hit you in the gumdrop. So you mark that off. Once you get 6 hits in one spot, you've lost that part.
Whoop is a game about herding kittens. The goal of the game is you want to get 3 big chunky boys in a row. And in order to do that, you have to upgrade your little baby kittens. other kittens. So if you place a kitten next to another kitten, it's gonna boop the kitten away from it.
Cool, a little bit thinky, abstract game there with cats booping each other off the board. They found the dice tower. Got a big bag giveaway over here. The Great Rat Wars. This looks like a fun one, and it's based on a true story.
It's a one versus all tactical skirmish game. You're playing either as a horde of mutant rats trying to take over New York City,
Right.
or you're playing as the human team trying to work together to get the rats out of the city.
This is the Great Rat Wars, a one versus many game. Well, you can see there's almost nothing going on behind us here. But turn a little bit, and it's just chaos, people, and lots of games. Shovel Knight Dungeon Duels.
How's it going? Good. We're back. Sweet.
This is Fable's End, an expandable card game. I love the theme that goes into their demo area here and their table. You have a very cool area here. Nice decor. You can never go wrong with the geeky fun t-shirts.
If that is what things are. How much is each of the little birds? So each box.
So that's very cool, these different train types for Ticket to Ride. They're going to interrupt the video for a second and just sort of throw in a couple things I'm not sure that we necessarily cover in the video. Favorite game that we played from PAX Unplugged, I think it was Ottawa by Uwe Rosenberg, his new one. That was a lot of fun. We played it twice on the first look tables. That's supposed to be out early 2023, I believe. We also quite enjoyed the Great Split, and we really had fun with Ready, Set, Bet. Also wanted to mention that the game that consistently got brought up by a lot of people that we didn't get to demo, that a lot of other people did and loved, was Andromeda's Edge by Lucky Found Games. That one's coming to GameFound in January, I believe. So that one's going to be coming out, or at least it's going to, the crowdfunding is going to be launching in January. Probably delivering sometime in 2024 maybe. But everybody said they really loved it. It's kind of like Dwellings of Eldervale, if you've played that, but a little step up from that. It's got a little bit more going on, and everybody really seemed to like that one. I wish we'd been able to try it out and check it out, but that one consistently got brought up as a great one. Let's go back to the video and see more from the con. Heard a little bit of something about Anomia. And its pop culture version is the new one that's come out.
So the word anomia just refers to when you can't think of a word, that's like something's on the tip of your tongue.
Right.
And it's a party game. When it's your turn, you would just draw a card, you flip it over so everybody can see your card. And we go around one at a time drawing cards until two of us have a symbol match, so you and I have a match now. As soon as there's a match, the matching players race. I've got to give an example of the thing on your card before you can do the same for my card.
We're going to pick up some of this too. Floriferous, Sunset Over Water, Herbaceous, Delicious. These are all great small card games. Very pretty too.
And there's a couple of different characters that you can see along the way that will give you different abilities.
So this one's a bench.
Yeah.
Bench with storage for games. And then we got the coffee tables, or the gaming tables.
Yeah, we make gaming tables, and these are, you know, customizable so that you can move them around.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
These are beautiful. Button Shy has some great micro games, tiny games, which are great for travel. Tussie Mussy, Agropolis, Wild Tales, lots of great tiny games. Looking at the great split here, are about to attack this one. Basically building some hands, some cards, and some envelopes. You will split the cards into this envelope, trying to tempt your opponent to take some cards to build the best possible hand yourself. And look at this, dual layer board. This is really nice. And you're going to move up these tracks to score some points. There's a big line here for Pokemon. It's got to be some sort of Pokemon tournament or some sort of giveaway or something, but there's a big line here for the Pokemon games. It is Saturday after the expo hall is closed, and look at this. I don't know if there's many seats open here in the free play area, but it is jam-packed. And right over there, the expo hall is covered and closed. They've walled it off. A lot of folks playing the first look games. Very packed, very busy. And one of the reasons that the free play is so busy is because it's AEG Big Game Night. And that is a separate ticket that you can get where they have a bunch of different games. They usually play like 3 or 4 games. And you get a couple of games, so you spend your $40 or so to be part of the admission. They teach you a few games, you play some, you get to take some home. It's a lot of fun, really good time. We're not doing it this year, but it's a really good time. This is going to be a lot of fun event here. And my buddy Greg, you know who you are. Ticket number 1, you got ticket number 1 for at least 2 years in a row, if not longer. A lot of detail, a lot of terrain. Pull back and look at the scope of this display here. This is a big battlefield. Cool at the Gloomhaven role-playing game. They've got booths, they've got photo opportunities here where you can get pictures of yourself in costume, taking some sort of fantastical adventure pose. So I did a thing. I ended up getting the all-in Foundations of Rome, including all the expansions and the solo player and the first player token. I made it to the gaming table, board game tables booth, and they've got tons of these bags. And if you haven't bought one of them, highly recommended. Whether you're carrying your games to a game night somewhere or here and there, just even occasionally, we find these game bags are awesome. They fit about 6 standard Ticket to Ride games or a different combination of different size games. But these are really great bags, highly recommended. And they got a whole bunch of decent, pretty good games that they make along here too. Including On Tour, which is one of my favorites. We got the way bigger box that came out when it first came out. I hadn't even seen this. There's a version that hits Paris and New York. A little bit of an international flavor and a little bit different map. So many cool games that they have. Some of them are a little bit bigger, some smaller, mostly smaller games. Found the first look area and all these tables all the way back to the wall, all brand new games, very hot games, some that have not even been released yet, and a chance to play these and check them out. About to play some Come Together music festival goodness here. It's supposed to be pretty fun, and going to place workers to collect cards, either collect stages, audience members, or bands and put on the best music festival and gain some points. Getting ready to play some Ready, Set, Bet. We don't have a lot of players, and this game seems to be more exciting if you got a lot more players involved, but we're gonna just sort of get a feel for it. It's basically a racing game. Gonna roll some dice over here. Be placing bets along the way as we roll. The horses will move towards the end, and somebody's gonna win a lot of money. There is a companion app that goes with this that can run the race, and we're going to use that. All right, so we've got the app actually running. It does not announce it. You still would need somebody to announce it, but it will roll the dice basically automatically, so somebody doesn't have to manage rolling the dice and worrying about bets. What'd you think of it so far?
I like it. It's fun.
Like it?
It's better with the dice than the app.
So what does an avid gamer need? Well, a quality gaming table, of course. So these are some really nice ones by Wormwood. They do have some models that they'll do, but they'll also do custom add-ons and all sorts of stuff. They're beautiful, they're gorgeous, they are expensive, but they're amazing surfaces to play a game on. We'd love to get one of these. And we got the panels up top here if you want to use it as a regular dining table. Always nice to have some of these little bin trays as extras, as well as a cup holder here. All right, they're doing a demo here of Cape May. We picked this one up last year, and it's pretty fun. You're claiming properties. You use cards as movement, and you can select which card to move and when you want to retrieve your cards. The print is a real-time assembling a news story. Everybody's grabbing tiles and seeing what they want to put on their front page, and then another page you will get to place the tiles and sort of fit a puzzle on advertisements, stories, and pictures and see what you want to put on your front page. Looks really cool.
That your shops need to be connected to the outside edge.
This is the prototype for Skyrise, and it looks pretty impressive already. And it's you said it's on order?
Yep.
It's pre-order?
Available for pre-order.
Skyrise, this one looks great. A little bit of auction, a little bit of area control maybe.
Yep. These are all based on real architects and artists. So the red are brutalist buildings. So they'll all have kind of a brutalist architectural style all the way down.
So they're all going to be different. That's awesome. If you watched last year's PAX, you'll know that we picked up Dice Throne Series 1, and ended up getting Marvel Dice Round. Here they got Krampus versus Santa, Yahtzee style game with a lot of battle powers. This is a blast, a lot of fun. These booster PAX are very popular. It's a con every year. You get guaranteed 4 games per box. You don't know what you're getting. Could be anything. I love what they've done in the Arcane Wonders booth with the picture perfect with the display of the table. It's basically a game where you're trying to put people and or characters, including the dogs, in a certain form to make them happy. One wants to be next to the table, one wants to be blocked behind other people, one wants to be next to a male. So you just kind of put those together and try and please as many people as you can to make the perfect picture and score the most points. In Queen Games, they have all their city building games here. Marrakesh, Hamburg, Amsterdam, and New York. And they're really, really good games.
So yeah, very quick and snappy. It's about a 30-minute game if you're still sort of learning it.
It is where we're drafting from our deck here to create our market, and then ultimately we're trying to get buildings and resources into our tableau.
We played some Verdant already. Verdant is a blast, and look, it's the cat from Calico, or it's a cat. Maybe the cat has played Calico. Little girl gaming goodness here. They've got the Series 1, basically a solo game that you play as the movie trope of the final girl, battling against one of the horror movie villains. And it's based on some familiar ones. You might recognize things that sound like Freddy Krueger, Jason from Friday the 13th, and things like that. They don't have the actual IP, but they're very similar type of monsters. And here at Game Toppers, checking out some of their tabletops. If you don't have room for a table or can't afford one of the expensive tables, you can get one of these toppers to put on top of your existing table, and you have a really nice gaming space already. And you can also get extra accessories with these bin trays or cup holders. Really nice. And these are all first look games, hot gaming area with brand new games that are out with demos set up for everybody to try. Some of these games are available for purchase here. Some of the games haven't been released yet. But everything straight out this way, all over through here, and all back through here. All first look games to be played and checked out. There's some games of Heat going on. Got the new expansion or spin-off of Tidal Blades. Black Friday getting some attention today. Astra. Over here we got Wolves. And Treehouse Diner, Applejack, Great Western Trail, Argentina. When my daughter was younger, we saw the Goofy movie a billion times. Never thought it would be a game, and yet here we are. A Goofy movie, the game.
So it's 2 to 4 players. There's 2 players doing kind of an area control game, and then the other 2 players are doing a pickup and delivery. So the 2 players are, or the 2 area control are the sharks and the mollusks here, and they're just trying to get the most number of their pieces on one of these squares of 4 to get this many points at the end of each round. And then what the smugglers are doing is they're doing pickup and delivery. So
the story of this game is these cute little dinosaur children have been sent upstairs because they got in trouble with Momnosaur. So now they have to go help clean the attic. While they're up there, they find all of their dad's old D&D books. But since they can't read yet, they just dress up as all of the heroes in the book and act out all the cool fight scenes that they found. And now they've dragged the whole neighborhood in, whether they want to be involved or not.
This is classic cardboard. This is where we're going to find old school games. What a lot of your friends may think of when you say, oh, you're a board game crazy person, they're probably thinking you're talking about Life, Sorry, Monopoly. And that's a history in board games, but it's not what a lot of people are playing modern times today. But they definitely have some sessions where people are playing specific games, but they do have a small library of the classic games that we all played years and years ago. Still have some nostalgia for some of these. Some of them, not so much, but we definitely have some nostalgia for some of these games. One of the things you find down some of these hallways and some of the smaller areas that aren't on the main floor, which is a lot of big attraction, but one of the things you see here is something like the PAX Together, which is an area where people who are underrepresented or people of all walks of life can feel comfortable in here. They do panels and games, and it's really a good cause. about it for PAX. Did you have a good time? Yep, we had a great time, played a lot of games. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and tell your friends. And remember, have a good time all the time.